Cameron with CBM Reviews, and yeah, this is completely different than what I normally do, but I wanted to take some time and talk about this new fan film that dropped on, Wednesday, I believe, and it's called Batman, Dying is Easy. This was done by Bat in the Sun. Bat in the Sun is a YouTube channel that has done all kinds of cosplay and movies. They've done movies before in the past, not like full length, but like fan film movies. And they've been doing this for years and years. Recently, they are most known for their superpower beatdown series, where they pit two comic book characters, or other characters for that matter, against each other. Some of their most notable ones are Batman versus Wolverine. There is a Wonder Woman versus Wolverine that I really enjoy. There's also a Spider-Man versus Darth Maul. But I think the most ambitious one, and one of the ones that I actually found to be the most entertaining, was their Batman versus Darth Vader. Now, this is an independent project from all of those other, superpower beatdown things. This one was done with an Indiegogo campaign. They got a lot of people that had already worked with Bat in the Sun. They also brought in some new people. They brought in actual celebrities to portray certain roles. And I do want to give a review of it, but I also want to go along with you and kind of hit some points that I really enjoyed. So, and you're going to have to bear with me. There are going to be some hiccups because I'm going to do this all in one take without any kind of editing. And I'm going to talk about a few things afterward. So let's take a look. This is the disclaimer at the very beginning. So take a look at this bat suit. It's very interesting that they kind of take the logo, and it's kind of a hodgepodge between the Arkham series logo, like with Arkham City, Arkham Knight, and they mesh it with the new Batman movie that's going to be coming out next year. It's quite interesting that is the take that they went with, but it works well with how the movie goes. And here we get an instant gratification. We get a Batmobile here that looks pretty intimidating. Like the fact that it's got 6 wheels instead of 4. It really has that kind of tank feel that you kind of got from the Batman Begins and the Dark Knight series, but it also has a little bit of nuance that has like Arkham Knight thrown in there. And so I really like that. And then the next shot that we're going to see is how Batman looks. This is Kevin Porter. Okay, I maybe lied. Something that I noticed, and I'm going to go back. Something that I noticed whenever I was getting ready to do this review was that uh, dying is easy if you, yeah, right here. So dying is easy. If you take off everything, it literally spells out die, D-I-E. So Batman die. It's very ominous, and they could have named it anything that they wanted to, but I found that quite interesting. I'm going to skip forward. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but I just want to talk about some of the things that I found interesting. And here is a kidnapped little girl. There's an Easter egg, and I accidentally passed right by it. So there's actually two things that I want to talk about. Right here. Okay. So we've got three missing police officers here. You got Sal Gatto, Joey Quinn, and Brian Murray. This is a straight up nod to the Impractical Jokers, which is a television show that's been on, I think it's TBS. I'm not 100%. It's either TBS or TNT. But it's Impractical Jokers, which is a nod to the actual Joker himself. So you've got these impractical Jokers, and later on in the movie, you've got the real Joker. And then, as they're talking on the news, we have a cameo of Commissioner Gordon. This is what's his name? I think Casper. What is it? Oh, I really feel I should have written notes. I think it's Casper Van Pelt. That doesn't sound right at all. Now that I'm saying it, but he was in Starship Troopers. That's like his main claim to fame. Oh, Van Dyne, I believe. No, I don't know. Oh God, where did I put my phone? There it is. And this is why I probably should have been prepared for it, but I did look it up earlier, so I got Casper right. Van Dien. Okay, so Casper Van Dien. He played Commissioner Gordon, and I hate that this is the only scene that he's in. But after this, you get Batman coming to save the little girl that we saw in the other shot. So let's take a look at some of these action scenes. I really like how it was done. Okay, so let's talk about some of the action. I like how choreographed it is. There are some CGI elements that are in there, but I mean, they did the best with what they had without putting any kind of injury onto these cast members. And now we have the Mad Hatter, who is a villain in Batman lore that we have never seen on the big screen. Now this particular villain was played by Jamie Costa. I love Jamie Costa's work. He's been in a lot of things on YouTube. He had a fan film called Kenobi that came out last year. It was really well done. He's also been in a lot of other things. One of the biggest things that I've seen him in was on his own channel where he did like this whole Robin Williams love letter. Jamie Costa is extremely talented, and I'm so glad that they brought him on to play this villain. This scene looks like it's ripped right out of a comic book. It was so well framed. It was well lit. I love how it ended up. And I'm gonna shoe forward a little bit, and we're gonna go to another scene, and this one is at the bat signal. Now, this is not Commissioner Gordon calling Batman from the bat signal. This is Harvey Bullock. Check this out. Now, uh, your eyes were not deceiving you. That was Michael Madsen, who has been in a lot of movies and TV shows. He was in the TV show Tilt. He was also in movies like Reservoir Dogs and Kill Bill Volume 2. And he's been quite a few Tarantino movies. Um, and so the fact that they were able to grab him and get him to play Harvey Bullock, who I believe is one of the best casting in this whole thing, like Kevin Porter kills it. He kills it. And there's another cast member that we haven't gotten to yet that absolutely does a fantastic job. We're going to get to that. But the fact that they were able to get Madsen was amazing. and I took that personally. Anyway, let's scroll forward. They go to Arkham. To there's a lot to unpack whenever Batman reaches Arkham Asylum. So we have the Batmobile entering. I really like how the Batmobile actually has weight. It looks like it is real. So we're going to be going through the Arkham Institute, and Hugo Strange is going to be over the intercom. Interestingly enough, B27, of course, the B stands for Batman, but it's quite telling that the number 27 follows because Batman's first appearance was in Detective Comics number 27. Here we have a Mr. Freeze with a Nora statue. I love that. Of Victor Zaz. And check this out. I love this right here. This is the Riddler, and that is Doug Jones. Doug Jones is known for a lot of projects. He was the body of the Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four #2, the second movie. He's also been in quite a few movies directed by Guillermo del Toro. He was in The Shape of Water. He was in Hellboy 1 and Hellboy 2. The fact that they were able to get Doug Jones on was fantastic. Your time. And we've got a little poison ivy right here, which I'm surprised they let her have plants. So we're gonna fast forward. I just wanted to show um, that last little thing, and we're gonna get to the main thing, which is the Joker. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit, and here we have Aaron Shonke, I believe is I hope I'm not pronouncing that name wrong. Um, this is why I should have been prepared, right? Yes, Aaron Shonke. I said it right. So sorry if I took up time to make sure that I said something right. But he is also the director of this movie, and he did a lot of editing for it as well. So let's watch a little bit of this. Ooh. that was one of the best lines in this whole thing. And as much as I want to kind of give you a little bit more meat on on this fan film, I'm going to leave it right there. This came out on Wednesday at like 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, and it is fantastic. It is worth your time if you are a fan of Batman to go check this out. It is on the Bat in the Sun YouTube channel, and I kind of gave you an idea of like a lot of the characters that are in this, but I didn't want to give you the full plot. I wanted to give you some of the cameos. There's actually an after credit scene. So even though this is a watch out. Even though this is a fan film, do not treat this like it's light fodder. This is going to satiate you before Justice League comes out next week. So that is kind of like the thing that I wanted to talk about for Batman Dying is Easy. As I said before, this is not my normal setup, and the reason is I have been streaming on Twitch. I am not streaming under the name Comic Book CBM Reviews. I'm streaming under the name Virtuous Hobbs. That is my name on Twitch. So if you want to see what it's spelled like, boom, or maybe boom, there it is. So that is the name. If you want to follow me on Twitch, there it is. I am terrible at self-promotion, but that's something that I have to get better at. So if you want to do that, that is great. But I wanted to talk about this fan film. It's one of the best fan films that I've ever watched with a plot. It has a beginning, a middle, an end. There are definitely some cerebral back and forth going on. They really get into the heart of who Batman is. And if there's anything that you want to check out Batman related, you definitely want to do this. So far, I think it's the best Batman. It's the best Batman movie that's come out this year. I'm very sorry, Batman Return of the Dragon. this, this right here. This right here. That's where it's at. So that's my review. Without giving I didn't give a grade, but that's okay. That's my review of Batman Dying is Easy. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comment section down below. You enjoyed this, hit that like button. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel, and check out the Virtuous Hobbs as well. But as always, this is Cameron with CBM Reviews. Oh, that's my logo. Wait, did I look the wrong way? Yeah, that's my logo. We'll see you next time.